Hiya. You're just about to watch the podcast video that I recorded with John and Jason from Pitching and Whining. There's a couple of audio issues in this, but unfortunately I couldn't get them taken out, so rather than cancel the whole episode going out, I've just left them in. They're not massive, but yeah, I thought I'd give you a bit of a pre-warning for it. Anyway, great episode. The boys are really good. Here's the video. Right, thanks for jumping on the podcast with me, guys. I appreciate it. I obviously have a very burning topic that I want to discuss with you, which kind of prompted this this reach out on Instagram. So before we get to golf and talk about all the boring stuff with that, office biscuits needs to be the kind of starting point, I think, from for this. I was toying with like titles for the podcast and stuff as well, so I think I might lead with what is the best office biscuit, because I think that kind of title sums up exactly why we should be having this conversation.
Yeah. When we were on the course the other day, you go, Jason.
No, you go, mate. Go on.
We were on the course the other day and we were having this discussion, and I said to Jason straight away, it's like, I'm going to bring up a sore subject, and I don't feel that they're wrong, but I feel that the chocolate digestive is a bit overrated. Because if you were to take away the chocolate and you're left with the digestive,
it's just a digestive.
No one's choosing the digestive.
No.
I'm just putting that out there. If you just to remove that chocolate part, no one would be choosing the digestive.
No, you
go now, Jason.
You're definitely right.
Yes, we were waiting on the tea for ages, and we just got to chatting, and I said, there's a group of lads at work, and we're all sort of in our 30s and 40s, and we just had the discussion. What do you think the most popular biscuit in the UK is? Because we had a biscuit club. So we all took turns in bringing in various different biscuits, Foxes, chocolate digestives, bought in rich teas were popular. We got to talking and took it to Google to find out what one the most popular one was. And I was pretty surprised third place being the shortbread.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose it's quite, it's maybe a shock down where you are, but certainly in Scotland, I mean, we live and die with shortbread, so it's, we get intravenous.
It's very popular in like the old people's homes.
Yes. Well, that was kind of what brought me onto this initial part of the subject. So I work in an office with a number of older guys, and shortbread is a particular favourite of them. So, yeah, it does kind of tie in with the age demographic. But when I knew I was having you on, I spoke to the guys and I said, right, we need to kind of tighten this up a wee bit, because we have a biscuit club as well, of sorts. Now, we have a bit of a posh biscuit club, because, as I said, a couple of the gentlemen are a bit older than me and they're a bit more refined, so they shop in Marks and Spencer's, right? So we've narrowed it down to our top three. Are the chocolate-coated custard creams from Marks and Spencer's. I don't know if you've had them yet. If you've not, you need to try them.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They're good. Yeah, they're really good. Second was the Colin the Caterpillar chocolate cookies. So, you know the main cake, but they now make cookies of Colin the Caterpillar. So they're really worth a try as well. And then we couldn't deviate away from the good old bourbon. That is kind of a stock favourite with us. When we end up getting the ones from like Morrison's, and we get the two kind of, you know, that pack that's got like 3 in it. It's got malted milk, custard creams, and the bourbons. The bourbons are always the first to go, which is why we always knew they were going to be one of the successful ones.
I think we forgot about those, didn't we, John?
Yeah, well, it was your poll, because I work alone, don't I? So it wasn't really a poll that I could create on my own.
Yeah. Definitely don't see like custard. Yeah, custard creams would definitely be the last to go out of that pack, I think.
I definitely think you're onto something, though. I think there definitely needs to be like what is the best golf round biscuit? You know, you're taking a biscuit to the course. What are you taking with you there? I'm a bit of a flapjack man when it comes to the golf course, if I'm honest.
But isn't a flapjack more of a cake?
It is a cake, yes. I agree with that.
Yeah, you see, we also had this because we went into the whole Jaffa cake debate, and it's obviously it says the name on the tin right there. But I think if we were going to take one out on the golf course, John, probably I wouldn't take a McVitie's. chocolate
Well,
digester with me.
you know what my one is? My one's a bit of a how would you describe it? It's a bit of a wild card because it's a biscuit, but you wouldn't class it as a biscuit at the same time, or that you would have with tea and coffee.
Okay.
It's the little cheesy biscuits,
Oh yeah, you can't class them.
the ones
They
which
don't
you
count.
No.
It's got to be a sweet treat.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going that way, then I do love a custard cream. It's just so simple.
Yeah.
Would you consider the pink wafers in the argument?
I like a pink wafer, yeah.
I had one for the first time last night in good 10 years. We went to our parent classes and somebody brought out a pack of pink wafers and they disappeared within about 10 minutes.
I think they're ones you wouldn't buy them for yourself, but when you go somewhere and they're there, you're like, oh, I remember I like these.
Yeah.
They're
It's a sharer sort of biscuit.
childhood memories.
If we're doing that, I'd probably throw in there as well then a tonic wafer.
Yeah. I love a tonics wafer. And a snowball. Do you get snowballs down there? Tonic snowballs?
Yeah, we get snowballs as well.
See, I thought they were kind of Scotland's best kept
Very
secret.
uncultured. I am feeling very uncultured when it comes to biscuits.
Wow.
It is very much for me. McVitie's chocolate covered hobnobs. That's another good one. You know, but yeah, I've eaten McVitie's like all my life. I'm 31 and I still have McVitie's with milk.
Oh, do you? Before you go to your bed?
So well, not every night, but me and my partner, we went to
It's more Horlicks now.
Horlicks. I'm not that. No, we went to Costco the other day, and it was the best thing I've ever found. It was a multi-pack of 6 for £7.
Oh, that's a bargain.
And you're looking at £2.50 in the shops these days.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Well, I'm going to start this conversation when we're out and about now. So I'm going to ask guests as well when I get guests on, because I sometimes do a bit of a random question generator. I'm going to bring this up because I think it really needs to be properly assessed. And then I'll get you back on at the end of the year and we can see if they've gone up the tables or not.
Do a proper poll and market research.
Yes, exactly. So before we move on to the golf side of things, we also have within the office a Belgian bun club, right? We have trialled a number of Belgian buns from all the major supermarkets. And the Marks and Spencer's one was actually the best, right? Scoring 15 out of 15. We mark them on moisture, raisin, content, and icing, right? So we tried them all, 15 out of 15 for the Marks and Spencer's. And then the guy that brought them in let us see the label, and they were actually called cinnamon buns. They weren't Belgian buns. So he tried to sneak them in under the radar. So if you're looking for a good Belgian bun, Lidl's do the second best. Well, the actual best if you take out the Marks and Spencer's one.
Yeah, I would agree with you on the Lidl's one. Like that's where we do all our shopping. It's around the corner. We don't go to Marks and Spencer's. But Lidl's are unbelievable. I think their sweet treats are fantastic.
Superb. The bakery is super.
And it's always as you walk in, it's the first thing you see. Always.
Yeah. That's why they do it. It's great marketing. They think folk are starving, they're coming into the shop, let's get them in the bakery aisle before they get started.
And if you've got little
let's not put it in the back left corner, let's put it right at the front at the beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you use your Lidl Plus card as well, you can get a sweet treat sort of maybe once a week for free.
I didn't know that. I may have to get one of those cards.
I didn't know that until my partner.
Right, I'm going to download that one. That'll get added onto my numerous club cards that I've got on my phone. So, right, now that we've made everybody hungry, let's get a bit of a golf conversation on the go here. So, as I said, I came across your, I think it was on the Instagram reel, was obviously the biscuit one, and I'm like, I'm going to go and have a wee dive into this. So, had a look at some of the content you guys were putting out. I thought that's quite an interesting concept. The guys are good, obviously varying handicaps and good pals as well. So that always, I think, makes for really good banter when you're trying to do any of these type of social things. So yeah, I'm delighted to have you on, and hopefully we can shine a bit of light on your channel and what you guys are trying to do. So if you just want to take a second, each of you, whoever wants to go first, just a bit of your backstory, how you got into golf. I went through your YouTube today, so I've watched some of the videos right from the kind of first introduction one. up into the kind of putter fitting that you had, John, as well. So I'm a bit of a putter nut. I've actually got an episode teed up next week with a guy from the States who's called the Putter Caddy on YouTube, and he does all things putting, what you should be looking for, what you shouldn't be looking for, types of hosels, the lot. So I'm getting him on next week to try and see if he can help me out a wee bit. So your video definitely resonated with me when I was looking through that today. So yeah, if you just want to maybe take it one at a time and just give me a bit of an introduction to yourself and kind of how you got into the game.
You go.
Shall I go first, Jason? Yeah.
Yeah, you go.
So me and Jason have been friends since we were 10, so we're talking 20 years ago now. And the first way that we became friends was through cricket. Literally, the cricket club that we used to play for is about, 2 miles up the road from where I live currently.
Yeah.
Jason lived 5 doors up the road from me. And that's where we basically became friends to begin with. So we moved about 5 years down the line, where Jason was playing Xbox, and that's normally how we played golf to begin with. Fighting over who's playing Tiger and who's not playing Tiger. And then Jason was like, "Should we actually try and play this game in real life?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Let's see where we can play." It turns out that there's a golf course about a mile up the road as well. So we're like, okay, we'll go over there. First time we played, I'm pretty sure we were both about 150 shots each. And because of that, we were kind of like, right, not great, but when we hit the ball, we were like, this is good. We enjoyed this. And then that's where we kind of started playing, as I say. So for 15, and we became juniors from 15. So we played together for about 3 years. When Jason turned 18, he left. He joined the army. Jason can do the middle gapping in a minute. And at that point as well, a year after that, I started playing cricket for England. And I was doing training all throughout England, basically, mainly around Birmingham from where we live. Which is about 3 or 4 hours away. And my focus was on that for about 4 or 5 years. And then I was doing a degree in horticulture, so basically gardening, as it were, for the RHS. If people watch the Chelsea Plough show, that's where I got my degree from. And in that period, I stopped playing golf because I had so much on, between literally having every other weekend playing cricket, even in winter, traveling to Australia with cricket, doing my degree. With my degree, I went to Japan. I went all throughout the world. And then I came back and decided that it was 2019 that I started playing golf again. At that point, Jason played like 1 or 2 rounds with me, and then Jason will talk about it again, but Jason left the UK and lived abroad for a few years. So I actually started playing before the pandemic, which is normally when you hear about people's stories about playing golf recently, everyone talks about the fact that they played golf in the pandemic. Literally, I played about 6 to 8 months before the pandemic was about, and I was getting the bug. And then as soon as the pandemic hit, the golf course is shut, as everyone knows, and it's like, oh, what am I supposed to do now? As soon as they started opening, I said to my wife at that time, she was my girlfriend, that I was like, right, I'm going to play golf most evenings. Is that all right? So I've been playing basically since 2019 to now. And then, I'll stop at that point because we started. I'll talk about how we got to the channel after, but I'll let Jason fill his gaps in where we were from there, if that's all right.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, so like John said, we've been mates, I think it's 20, 21 years now, lived down the road from each other. And I'll never forget when we decided to start playing golf, because we both used to get pocket money for doing the odd chore here and there. So we lived in a village called Fontwell. It's pretty much famous because it's got a Burger King and a race course and a pub. That's about it. And it's a fantastic car boot sale on a Sunday down at the race course. So we went down there with our pocket money. I think I had a £5 on me. John probably had about £5-10 quid. And I got a set of golf clubs there. and they were in a leather bag, like an old school 1960s leather bag, wooden head wood. So I had a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 5 wood. And I think it was £5, and then so it was £4, and then he gave me £1 worth of balls as well. And we decided to take him out on the golf course, and I think the very first shot I ever hit was with a bladed butter knife 4-iron from like the 60s on the first tee, because I didn't know what to do. We definitely went over. It's a really short course, and we 100% shot like in the hundreds, maybe in 150s. Like it was ridiculous. But we had such a great time, and over the years we just decided to we spent most of our pocket money at car boot sales back when they were cheap, picking up random bits of golf gear, like the old TaylorMade R9 drivers and stuff like that. We both picked one up at the car boot for about £20. We had loads of good finds at the car boot sales. You had those TaylorMade rack irons you got for about £15,
£30. Yeah.
You had them for years and years. Rocket balls, 3 woods, like the whole lot.
That was a great club. That was a great club.
Oh yeah. He's still got the stage.
Oh, have you?
Bag.
I can't get rid of that.
It does exactly what it says in the tin, that club. You know, like the ball just comes off like an absolute rocket.
Oh yeah, like it still goes just as far as like your old driver went, I think, before you had the Sim and the Cobra. And then growing up, like John said, I joined the army at 18, and I played a little bit in the army, but nothing sort of competitive. I think my handicap was around about 17 when I was playing there. I had a few competitions and stuff, nothing to shout about. Again, I sort of just kept buying second-hand clubs. I think I had a JPX Easy driver, JPX EZ800 or something, like a really old school regular flex driver. I came back from the army in 2016. I left. Played a few more rounds of golf. I moved to Guildford, so I moved a bit further away from John. I was probably about an hour up the road. And there was a golf course around the corner from me called Merris Wood, which was long, but it wasn't particularly flash or anything. But I spent most of my wages just going down there on my days off playing. And then I ended up getting a job at a golf superstore called Silvermere up in Cobham. And I started working there, and I was working with a bunch of pros and a bunch of club fitters and blokes that played to a really, really good standard. So I started playing a lot of golf with them. This is 2017, 2018. I was playing a lot of golf with them. Go on, John.
So I'll put my finger up so I don't disturb you. I think you can name it. You can name it as Silvermere.
Yeah, Silvermere Golf Complex. It's still the best custom fitting studio in the UK, by a mile. Like if you haven't been there, definitely, if you get the chance, go there. It's unbelievable.
The other factor on top of that is the Chelsea training ground is up the road. All the footballers used to be around there.
All right, okay.
Literally, like all that. Because you met Jimmy Bullard, you think you should tell that story?
Yeah, I'll tell the Jimmy Bullard story instead of the John Terry story. Jimmy Bullard came in the shop, and so everyone gets the loyalty cards. You get 20% off of clothes, and Jimmy Bullard comes in and he picks up a bunch of night gear and like 3 pairs of shoes, something stupid like that. And he comes up, and I'm ringing it up on the till, and I'm just asking how his golf's going, because I knew he was a keen golfer. At this time, I think he's off scratch playing at St George's Hill, and it came to like £550. And he pulls out this wad of cash, and he says, "Jesus, I haven't got enough. I've only got 500 here. What kind of mug doesn't come out with the right amount of money?" And proper Jimmy Bullard sort of pattern, like, really funny, brushing it off. But like I'd never seen that amount of cash in my life. And he's just going, "I haven't got enough." He couldn't believe it. It was hilarious. So he took like 2 shirts back or something, put them back on the rack. He's like, "I'll come back for them later." He didn't have a card on him. He just had this clip with a wad of cash, which was like thicker than my fist. Yeah. Unbelievable. Brilliant. I spent a good 3 years at Silvermere, and I made some great friends there, and I got a lot of coaching there as well, and I ended up getting my handicap down to 4. And then in 2019, just before the pandemic came round, I had an ex-partner, and me and her weren't seeing eye to eye, so golf was sort of like my way of getting out of the house. So I worked in golf. If I was working the late shift, I was playing in the morning. So I'd tee off at 7, have a shower, and then work till 10 o'clock at night. And then Saturdays, Sundays, I was playing competitions or I was working in golf. And then, pretty naughty of me to say this on camera, but when I was one of the managers and I used to go lock up the custom fitting bays, I would just sort of go and hit balls for about half hour and just leave the lads in the shop. It was quite bad.
You've got to take advantage of what you've got.
Yeah, and then,
you've got that there, so you might as well. Yep. Everybody else would.
Yeah, I was tight. For all they knew, I was tidying up the bays, which I was after I was done. And then I had a bit of a rough time in 2019, so I decided to move overseas to give myself a bit of a break, and I ended up staying in Australia for 6 years. And I gave up the game, which I regret doing now, but in hindsight, it probably did me a favour because I was getting too engrossed in it. It became sort of like almost like a crutch for me, which isn't a bad thing at all. I do regret giving it up for a while, but then I bought a second-hand set of clubs on like essentially what would be like a golf bidder over there. Bought an X2 hot driver with an extremely expensive attache shaft for like £70. Razor 3-wood with a Tour AD BB shaft, Apex Pros, and just a bunch of wedges and an old Odyssey Rossi putter. I'm a bit of a tech nerd, like when it comes to clubs, and a bit of a shaft perv. And I started playing with my mates, and I thought, well, it's not been that long since I've played. I can't be that bad. And I was absolutely horrific. Didn't know. It was like I'd never picked a club up again. But then I picked it up, started picking it up slowly, and then I made the decision to move home after 6 years. It was all to do with visas and stuff, and I sort of ran out of time, and I'd missed my family anyway, so I came back. But I had only been back once in that 6 years, and that was for John's wedding because I was best man. We played a bit of golf back. Yeah, we played golf when we came back for the wedding, didn't we? One round.
Yeah, we played one round.
Yeah, we definitely played one round. And then we came back, and John was moving back sort of financially ruined me. Getting into golf financially ruined me. But, moving back, I didn't have a lot of money, and John actually loaned me a set of clubs, which I'm still using and paying off slowly. John's...
you paying off means that you need to pay at least £1.
Yeah. we will. We started playing again, and then eventually John pitched the idea to me about maybe starting a YouTube channel, and I think I should let you take it from here, John, because it's been your brain job.
Yeah. So as Jason says, he came back last March, and then we were watching the Masters, and I was kind of like, we should probably get out and start playing golf again with each other because Jason's about an hour up the road, and I was like, so we had the conversation. It's like, we met up a few times, and we wanted to try and make it more solid than an actual reason for us to meet up. So then I was like, right, if we do this, this actually means that we have to commit at least one day a month to do it. And that's how I came up with it. I guess we at the minute we don't really know what we're doing with it. Neither one of us are in the sort of world of media or social media, and we just kind of throw out what we do, and that's basically our conversations and what we are doing at the driving range. So I call myself single figure handicap. I'll play off 9.9. It's the most fractional bit that you can get to a single figure handicap for you.
The point one's
important. John, I'd be doing the exact same thing. If I was in that number, 100%. I would 100% be doing the same thing.
So what anyone says, I am a single figure handicapper, and I'm holding down to that as much as I can. So I'm like, so we're getting better. Jason hadn't played golf for years. Jason's first round, I think it was 20 over par. Second round became 13. And then that's what I bought him for his birthday. The England golf app? So we can keep control of his handicap. And then he played a round just before Christmas at somewhere called Cuddington. And Or was it Littlehampton?
It was Littlehampton.
Yeah, and decided to shoot 5 over.
Oh. So you never lost it. You never lost it.
Yeah, the game was, for me, was definitely still there. Like for some reason, I've gained, without playing for so long, I gained sort of 20 yards. I don't know how it happened. I think it might be just because I've slowed everything down and I'm making a lot better contact now. But we played Littlehampton, and I'm not going to toot my own horn here, but it was some of the hardest conditions we've played golf in up until like the last 2 weeks. Littlehampton's right on the sea.
It's a proper links course.
Yeah. It's short enough, but it is quite tricky in places, and I don't know how I shot 76. I still to this day I can't, because I didn't find a fairway. I barely found a green and reg, and there were par threes where there were 120 yards sometimes, and we were hitting 6 irons in. And then there was par threes where there were 170 yards, and we were hitting pitch and wedge and gap wedge. It was blowing like crazy. And I think the YouTube video hasn't come out yet, has it, John? Or is it out?
This week, we played this week. You can say about it anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, I think we just sort of, because you shot quite a good score as well. I think you shot 79.
I shot 81 in the end.
I was 81. Yeah. It was tough conditions, but we played. It was just scramble golf. So got up and down.
The thing to put on top of that, was the fact that we were playing in 40-mile-an-hour wind.
Yeah, it was.
And there was a par 3 that's 200 yards, and we overhit it with an 8-iron each.
Oh, you're talking about Skylark this week. We played a country club around the corner from me. It is short, but we played Good Friday, and then we played last Sunday just gone. Good Friday, we couldn't believe the wind. Like, there was a par 5, 520, I think it was. Went driver 6-iron, and my 6-iron went 240, 250 yards. It was just mental. John was like, "Yeah, you're on the green," and it caught. We found the pitch mark. It was right at the back edge of the green, and it bounced up onto the par 3, like next to the par 3 tee on the next hole. Couldn't believe it. I'd never hit a 6-iron like that. But yeah, I think with this channel, we're just sort of filming golf that's more realistic.
Yeah.
You know, it's what the average Joe is doing.
That's what I think.
You know, especially,
that's what I think from watching your channel and watching the socials and stuff. It's watching two pals go out and have a knockabout, which I really like. I did a video on my channel a couple of weeks ago where I went and played 9 holes with my pal that stays across the street. We just took the camera away, set up at the background, had a bit of a chat going round, and I really like that. And even if you want to take it to, if the channel doesn't become anything, right, you've still got videos and memories of the 2 years going out and playing these things. And remember when we hit that shot, we done all the bits and pieces. So it can only be a good thing. But like I said, I think it was because you were so relatable, because everybody does the same. They go out with their pals and they go and have a knockabout, and it's all the stuff, the good, the bad, and the ugly, all goes into all these videos. Because I think a lot of stuff on YouTube at the moment is very polished, because it potentially has to compete with real golf, or the YouTube golf that's coming out of the States and stuff. Whereas I think here, if we can do relatable, normal, average Joe type golf, that's what people want to see, like vlog style golf, I suppose.
Yeah, I would say we're definitely not polished. Neither one of us, as I say, are very good with the socials and like creating the videos. I just kind of throw it out and see what happens. Like, I edit bits and pieces just to shorten the video, because otherwise a 18-hole video would be 3 hours long nearly. But sorry, Jason.
I was going to say ChatGPT's been our best mate for this whole thing, because it helps you sort of analyse how to make it more popular. John's been brilliant at working out sort of like the time frame of when the videos are going to get the most views, what sort of hashtags to use and that kind of stuff. Because like John said, we are not social media sort of people. We just thought we'd start this and see how far we can get, and since it went live on Instagram earlier on in the year, like it started to really trend over the last week or two, hasn't it? We've gained, I think,
you're about 1,500.
500-600.
Yeah, you're about 1,500 followers, I think. So.
Yeah, I've had non-stop WhatsApps from John of screenshots of like of the followers are like, we're almost at 400, we're almost at 500. And it's been really, really funny. And then constantly hearing, this time next year, Jason will be influencers, like quote unquote.
It's really, it is really difficult. I mean, I've just put an advert out on my socials, and I've got a couple of folk I need to speak to. See, this part of this job is really good, right? I enjoy talking to people. It's dead easy. Get something set up, have a conversation. I've got the editing of my podcasts down to a T now, and the editing of the videos that go out. But it's all the other social stuff that you have to do. And the issue I'm finding is, I'm putting videos and stuff out on the socials, but they're not driving people to listen to the podcast as such, right? Because it's not that type of market, I don't think. So I've got an advert out just now to try and see if I can get somebody to do my socials for me, which seems a bit kind of big time. Oh, I'm going to get somebody to do my socials, but it's really not. I'm looking to try and get somebody that's can have a look at my channel, analyse where they think I'm going wrong, and then try and get stuff out, because that is the hard part. As you say, John, like I'm very much the same as you, like light touch editing. So the videos are kind of warts and all. I'll take out maybe some of the expletives, the walking in between the holes, or
there's a lot of expletives.
The odd bits and pieces.
Yeah.
But I try to leave in as much, and the same with the podcast as well. I only kind of go in and edit like if it's dropped out or if there's bits and pieces. Otherwise, I just let it flow, because that is the conversation that we're having, and that's the conversation I want my listeners to hear. So, but it's the other side of it. So I now do definitely have a newfound respect for influencers, if you like, and it definitely needs to be a full-time job.
100%. So the first thing that I did was that I wanted to do inverted commas research. So I've got a few friends that are influencers, I guess you would call them. So one of them is my cousin's girlfriend. She's got about I think about 50,000 on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. So kind of saying what do we post and stuff like that. But the other one, which was more of an influence, I should probably shout him out. Someone called Dan Jazz. So I play cricket with him, and he's a cricket influencer. He's got a YouTube channel. He's got a big following, and I just kind of asked him for his advice on what he thinks, and he was just kind of like, just be yourselves. Just be yourselves was the most important thing. And then the second one was don't try and polish it too much, because lots of people polish it and make it look brilliant and stuff, which is good. But if you want to go down that line, that's fine. But if you want to just show that your friends playing golf, should just be yourselves, and just not unpolished, but just be yourselves, basically.
Yeah. What I like is we very much. So it took me a little while to get comfortable with sort of like the camera side of things. I'm a relatively sort of like private person. So for me to feel comfortable with being on camera, it took a little while. And I'm still sort of getting used to filming myself at the range. Because before I sort of thought, well, what are people going to think? But then I realised in sort of like my normal day-to-day life, I don't really care what people think. So I'm sort of becoming a lot more comfortable with it. And I think what we've got, there's no reason why we couldn't sort of grow a lot more. Because if you look at people like Tubes and Ange and their golf life, they're sort of like mid to high handicap golfers, and they make such brilliant content, and everyone's locked in. And now they've got Jimmy Bullard with them, like everyone is really, really locked in. And then you look at also like Four Bros, you know, they're sort of like, they're a bit Jack the Lad type of thing, but I find them hilarious. And they're now sponsored by Callaway, and they're flying out to, where do they fly out to in the Middle East recently? They played some
the Dubai, is it not like the Dubai night golf and stuff like that? And they've been all over.
They did that, but they did another one. That was recently on like the DP World Tour. They played the same course. It's unreal. Like, so the opportunities are definitely there. It just depends on how big we really want to make this.
Mm.
I'd love to just play golf on camera for a full time.
I know that's the dream, eh?
Yeah,
and not have to worry about making.
I'm the opposite. I'm happy with my job as it is.
Yeah, it'd be good to play golf on camera, but not have to try and make the cut to get paid. You know, like, and I think that's where like the Shambo and stuff. So there's obviously, as we're recording this, Live Golf are potentially going to disappear, and there's the Saudis are pulling all their back in and stuff. And they've interviewed the Shambo before, and he was like, "I'll just go back to making YouTube videos. Like, I'm not bothered about going on to." Like trying to go on a tour and traveling all over the world again and stuff. He's like, I'll just make YouTube videos with my pals and I'll turn up at the majors. So he potentially would get the best of both worlds out of that. But it just then means it's another person in this space that we're competing against. And he's definitely got a bigger following than we're going to get.
100%. He's got a bigger bank balance.
100% as well. Yep. So John, I watched your video. So you said you do. You've played on the EDGA tour. Or you played some of the events on that?
So I've got my card. I'm going supposed to be playing in a few weeks' time over at the London Club. So that's about an hour's drive from here. So yeah, that'll be my first event. That'll be interesting to try out, I guess. Something a bit different.
No, that'll be good. I've got a couple of pals that play on the EDGA tour, and in fact, one of my previous co-hosts, Oliver. He's just set up with Martin, and we now do a disability podcast called For Everyone, and it's kind of shining the light on like the disability side of the game, and majority of the guys that are coming on that are from the EDGA, so it's a great organisation. I caddied for Oliver last year in the Scottish, and that was really good just to go meet people and hear all their different stories, because it's such a wide variety. You know, you've got people like amputee, you've got people with a whole range of stuff, and it's good to try and get some people's stories and just hear for them. But the EDGA does a lot for disability golf, so it's definitely something you should be get yourself involved with.
I think it's also like golf as a sport from like that side is almost. It's not looked over, but it's definitely not advertised as much as sort of like the other sports.
Yeah.
Whereas golf, for like your normal able-bodied people and those without sort of learning difficulties, they have lots of promotion within like football, basketball, rugby. You know, so I think golf should try and aspire to be at the same sort of levels for exposure for disabilities.
Yeah.
As well as other sports.
No, it definitely should.
Because when the Paralympics come on, like everyone's obviously flicking straight away to wheelchair rugby and wheelchair basketball, that kind of thing. You know, I think if golf can get the exposure in the disability side as well, that would be brilliant.
100%. So my disability is I've got autism. There's a few other things, but autism is basically the main one. Jason's going to try and be my caddy if he can make it, assuming that he doesn't have a baby at that point.
Are you due around the same sort of time, are you?
So
you the same time?
Yeah, so when's the EDGA event?
It's like the 15th of May.
Yeah, so the baby's due at the end of May. So it could be close. It's kind of like on the cusp of I don't really want to be sort of getting dragged away from anything just in case I have to grab the go bag and drive my partner to the hospital.
I think it's a bit selfish, really, but I guess I have to let it go for a firstborn baby. But like, what am I supposed to do? I know where I am at this point. So, as I say, that I've got autism. That's how I played for England. I played disability cricket for England for about 5 years, 6 years. Stopped that because there's so much travel, there's so much time being taken up, and I was just not like when you get into something you want to enjoy it. I never enjoyed cricket after that. I still play it at my local club, which is completely different to playing it at a high level. The EDGA golf seems a nice spot because you can play high level golf, but you're not playing it consistently. And it's on my terms rather than on other people's terms.
Yeah, no, it's definitely really, really good. And as I said, they've got different like tiers as well. So Oliver was playing in the Stableford one before, and I think Martin was playing in the stroke play one. And at one point, they were both, in their respective categories, they were both Scottish number ones in their respective categories. But the event, it's so well run, and they've got absolutely everything catered for. It's really, really good. So, yeah, if you've not done one yet, but you've got the card, I would definitely start trying to get yourself more involved with the EDGA type stuff. And I'll maybe send you a wee link with Oliver and Martin's details, because they, like I said, they do travel. So if you're coming up here, then I'm sure they'll be able to try and get around in with you, or what have you. Or if they're coming down south, they can meet up with you. It's always just good to know people, eh?
Sounds like a good excuse 100%. For a week of playing golf in Scotland.
You'll have to wait till the baby comes.
Do you need a caddy? I'll bring her.
You might be able to swing it if you do that.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, listen, guys, I'll not keep you any longer, because I appreciate your time tonight for jumping on. Do you want to just give a kind of final plug to the channels where people can get a hold of you? And then if you've got any, we've already kind of touched on kind of future plans and stuff. We're just looking to try and grow the reach. So, the guys can, anybody can find you. Give that a quick shout out. I'll need to edit that bit out. I was getting all tongue tied there. I couldn't get that bit out.
I'll let you take that, Jay.
Yeah, so our handles are Pitching Whining on Instagram and YouTube. I believe Jason should hopefully get TikTok out by that point. I'm just not a huge fan of TikTok. I find that it's too busy.
Mm-hmm. No, it definitely is. Which one is pitching and which one is whining?
Jason's whining all the time.
Is he?
100% whining.
Like the amount of stuff which I have to cut. Well, I try and make it as authentic as possible, but some of the stuff that he comes out with, it could look in a bad light.
Right, okay.
I have a small temper problem when I'm playing.
We all do.
He's got a mouth that resembled him being in the military, put it that way.
Military and construction, Mel.
Well, listen, like I said, thanks very much, guys, for coming on. I appreciate it, and good luck with the channel, and good luck with the EDGA events. John, like I said, there's an open invitation for you guys. If you do make it up here, then we'll get out for a hit, and I'll certainly put you onto Oliver and Martin, just so you kind of try and start meet some people within that organisation. All right.
That's great. Thank you.
No problem. And good luck with the baby when it comes, Jason.
Thank you very much.
Best job in the world. It's hard, Cheers. But it's the best job in the world. I've got two. My son's 15 next month, and my daughter's 9. So there's a. Yeah.
I would argue it's the second best job. The best job would be an EDGA caddy, but you know.
Oh yeah, sorry, I should have kept with that. Yeah. It's the second best job in the world. Very difficult, but very rewarding.
Thank you.
Both of them off.
Right. Cheers, guys. Take care.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.